Hi and welcome to Spice and Pans. Today we will be making super easy homemade noodle soup. So let's start cooking. We are now going to prepare the soup. Heat up a wok, add in a little bit of oil, just a little bit will do. 10 grams of ginger, sliced thinly like this, just put it in. I'm using medium heat at this moment, just trying to get the full flavor out of the ginger. Once you can smell the beautiful fragrance coming out from the ginger, we'll add in our prawn heads. This is 100 grams of prawn heads. If you don't have this, it's fine also, but this will add flavor to the soup. 100 grams of anchovies. I've rinsed this. Just put them in. Just fry them until they are fragrant. Now you might ask, why do we need to fry the anchovies when we can actually just boil them directly into water? I always find that frying all these ingredients actually adds more flavor to the soup. So normally I'll just do this. Remember to keep stirring them. I'm using a Chinese wok over here because later when I make my noodles it's so much easier. I'll just show you why is that so later when I make the noodles. Now as you can see, the prawns heads are turning red now. We'll add in about 5 or 6 cloves of garlic. Just take out the skin, just put them in. Now we'll add in water. I'm adding in 2.5 liters of water. I have also blanched some chicken feet as well as chicken bones. This is 800 grams. I'll just put them all in. You can always replace how I make the soup with ready-made chicken stock, but I prefer to make my own soup. So much healthier and so much tastier also. Turn the heat back up high and we'll let this come to a boil. The chicken stock is slowly coming to a boil. We'll add in 10 grams of rock sugar. If you want to know how to make chicken stock, I'll leave a link in the description box of this video. As most of us are working from home now, it'll be easier if you make some chicken stock and keep it for later use. Now that this is boiling, we'll put the lid on. Turn the heat down to medium low or low and we'll let this simmer for 45 minutes. I'll see you back in a while. Now we'll prepare to make the noodles. I have with me over here 250 grams of rice flour. If you do not have rice flour, you can use plain flour, no problem at all. I'll be adding in 50 grams of wheat flour. You can replace this with tapioca flour or even cornflour. Just put them in. We need to flavor our flour a little bit. I'm adding in 1 teaspoon of salt. Just mix them up a little bit. Now we'll proceed to add in water. Slowly add in water, stirring as you add in the water. Bit by bit we'll add it in. I want to make this into a thick batter. I'll let you know how much water I put in a while. Make sure you mix them up well. I've used 380 milliliters of water with this. This is an easy way to make the noodles because you don't have to knead it or roll it. So something like this will be good. We'll add in 1 tablespoon of cooking oil. Mix them up. So once this is done, we just put it aside and we'll go and have a look at our soup. 45 minutes is up. Let's have a look. Smells really good. Now we'll turn the heat up to medium-high and we'll remove all the chicken bones as well as the prawns head. You can discard them away. So now we'll put the lid on and wait for this to come to a rolling boil. The soup is boiling already. We'll do the next step now. Using the flour batter that we've made just now, scoop up some of the batter. Just run it by the side like this, not too thinly. Continue. I'm just going to run the batter all around the wok. We just let them set for a while before we push them into the soup. How do we know that it's done? Just use your spatula. Just touch a little bit. If it's dry, that means it's done already. Just using your spatula, just do this, alright? Just break it up and put it back into the soup. Very simple. And that's your noodles. You can make as much as you want. Just repeat the process until you reach your required or desired quantity. Isn't this very easy? I'm just going to use the rest of my batter before I add in the rest of the ingredients. While waiting for the batter to cook, I'll be adding in some pork that I've sliced very thinly. This 100 grams of pork. I'm just going to put it in. I've seasoned the pork with 1 teaspoon of light soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of cornflour, 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, and a little bit of pepper. Now I'll add in 150 grams of prawns deshelled and deveined. Put it all in. And 200 grams of your favorite greens. I've used very simple ingredients over here, but of course you can add in squid, scallops, whatever you like, or even more meat also. Now we just need to season this up. Let me start with 3 teaspoons of salt first. Give it a light stir. Wow, this is really very good. This is very simple to do and very delicious. Now if you like the taste of pepper, of course add in a suitable amount of pepper. I'm using white pepper over here. Once this is done, I would like to add a little bit of flavor to the dish. I'm adding in 2 beaten eggs. Okay, just beat them up and slowly drizzle them in while you mix the soup. Okay, time to have our lunch. And now the dish is done, let's have a taste. Drink some soup first. Wow, very flavorful noodles. I like the bite. It tastes like the Chinese dish hoon kway, if you get what I mean. Very flavorful. This is extremely easy. And for all of you who don't have noodles at home, with just flour, you can make this dish. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you like our video. Do click like on our video and do subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.